Welcome back, literary ladies and gentlemen. I am Brianna and this is my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. I'm glad you came back. Today we are talking summer TBR, and it's time to figure out what I want to conquer for my summer reading. So let's get into it. Today we are going to talk about new releases, and then heaven knows we're going to talk about all the books that I have on my physical TBR. As we saw in that other video, all the videos, all that I have. First up, let's talk new releases. We have several coming out in June that I am really looking forward to. And then I only have one in July and one in August that I am aware of that's coming out that I have an interest in reading. And we have one that is out right now. So the one that is out right now that I would like to read this summer, and I already have a hold on with Libby, is Dream On, Ramona Riley by Ashley Herring Blake. This is a sapphic second chance romance where Ramona had dreams of becoming a stylist to the stars in Hollywood films and doing that, but she had to return to her hometown to take care of her younger sister. And years later, she's still in that hometown, still slaving away, when a Hollywood production comes to town to film, and she's like, this could be my chance. But guess who the star of the show is? Her ex, Dylan. And it just sounds really cute. I really enjoyed the Bright Falls trilogy that I read from her, and so I'm always down for a cute sapphic romance. And hopefully it will come to me before the end of summer on Libby. Next up, we have several that are coming out in June. We have, first up, on June 3rd, we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love her books. So Atmosphere is about physicist Joan, who in the 80s is in this, like, you know, that renewed space race type of time that was going on, and she wants to be an astronaut. She's in training to be an astronaut. It's about her finding herself and going on this journey, and then in December of 1984, everything changes in an instant. It just sounds so interesting to be able to follow her on this journey and her journey to try to become an astronaut during that time. She does historical fiction just in an enjoyable way that I like to read. It engages me. I think it will be fascinating. Then we have two coming out on June 10th that I'm really excited for. First is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. And I am really excited about this because I'm going to an author event held by the King's English in Salt Lake, and I'm going to get to see her speak. And I'm going to get a signed copy, which I think is amazing. It's just going to be so much fun. And this book sounds so interesting. And this is sapphic, and I believe it's about vampires. It's very vague in the description, and I purposely don't look up too much about a book. So I try to avoid information as much as possible so I can go in and thoroughly enjoy that book and experience it as it should be, in my opinion. And so I'm really, really excited about this. And I think it's so cool that I'm going to get to see her speak. Then, also on June 10th, we have another one of my favorite authors, who is Riley Sager. I know a lot of people don't like him. I don't care. I really have a fun time reading his books. And as we know, I have several of his books from his backlist on my to be read. And this one is called With a Vengeance. And this is also, but it's a historical thriller instead of historical fiction. And she is, I don't know the character's name, but she's on a train and has like 24 hours, and she's trying to avenge her parents. And basically it's, and then there were none kind of vibes. So I think it's going to be really cool. It's definitely different than anything he's written so far. So it sounds really, really awesome. So then we finally get to the July release. So the July release comes out July 22nd, and it is a native cowboy romance. And I heard about this from Lila Sage and like her threads. She was talking about this, and this is called Love is a War Song by Danica Nava. And I don't know much more about it. And I'm not going to find out much more about it. We're just going to leave it at that. It looks really, really cute. And it's cowboy romance. I don't care what it's about. It's cowboy romance. Then last up, new releases in August, comes out August 5th, is Well Actually by Maisie Eddings. Last year I read Late Bloomer, and I thought that was really cute. This one is about two people who, I guess in college they dated, and he dumped her, and he was like a total absolute jerk. And so now in the present day, she's talking about him, I believe it's on a podcast, and just reads him to filth. And he comes back into her life and is like, I've changed, let me make it up to you. And it's a second chance romance. She's a black cat, he's a golden retriever type. It sounds really, really fun, so I'm looking forward to it. Then we get into my physical TBR that I'm trying to demolish. And as I look down here where I've got them laid, there's a lot. So let's get into that, shall we? So join me down here closer to the pile. We have 8 fantasy, 3 general literature, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 romance novels. Holy cannoli. So let's start with the lit fic. I have 3 novels in general literature that I want to read. And the first one is Anxious People by Frederick Buckman. Everybody talks about Beartown and how good that is, and he just had a new release come out, I think called My Friends. This one sounded really, really interesting to me though, because they're being held up in a bank robbery, and of course I'm really interested to see like how that plays out and really what this whole story is about. And so that is one of the on the top of my list. The next is called The Friendship Breakup by Annie Catherine. And this is about an adult woman who finds herself in life like keep losing friends, and like has to finally turn inward and figure out, okay, why do I keep losing friends? It's me. Hi, I'm the problem, it's me. We've all lost friendships and as adults, and it's so hard to make friends as adults that this one really spoke to me. I thought, this sounds like a really fascinating read. This is a book I've never heard of that I found on Pango. I'm like, yeah, that sounds really good. So we have this. And then next is one from my intimidating list, God of the Woods. This has been on my intimidating list for a year now. It came out last summer. It takes place in a summer camp. Let's finally freaking read this book. Oh my gosh. Let's do it. All right, let's get into romance. My bread and butter. My primarily read. Okay, so first up, I have 2 by this author, Elsie Silver. I need to read these. They're cowboys. Do I need to say more? No, I really do need to say more. Of course, like you hear about these series, like this is her original, her OG, and this is her newest one. I really want to read this so I can get to the second one and then listen to the audiobook, because Teddy Hamilton has sold me. Like that line I keep hearing about the grizzly bear and her taking a selfie has sold me on that book, hands down. But of course, you got to read this first. But then this is her OG Chestnut Springs series. I know it's not her OG series. I have the other one over there too, and that probably should be on my list, but I limited it. But this is her other one that's more prominent, I need help. Which one do I read first? If you had to choose, which would you read first? Let me know down below. Help a girl out, because I'm indecisive. But cowboys, check. Then we are continuing on with our Sarah Adams journey and going back to Rome, Kentucky with Practice Makes Perfect. My friend just finished this and said it was amazing, like even better than When in Rome. So this is high up my list already. So this is one of the sisters, and then it is, I believe, Amelia's bodyguard. Did they fall in love? So I'm really looking forward to this. So that's next. Then we are diving into Tara DeWitt's backlist with the release of Left of Forever and how wonderful that book was and how Savor It is a freaking 6-star read for the rest of my life. We have The Co-op. These two, they knew each other when they were teens and there was kind of something there, and their grandmothers both leave them a Santa Cruz building that they need to remodel together. She did say, so I went to an author event with Tara last night, and she did say she is a sucker for second chance romance. So. And last up, but certainly not least for all of the romance, I am determined to get through my Emily Henry backlist. So that means reading Happy Place, Book Lovers, People We Meet on Vacation, and Beach Read. As I have read all of her new ones, it is time. That leads us to the last of my pile, which is still quite large, and that is my fantasy. Let's dive in. We are going to see a lot of starting series that I have the entirety of and finally diving in. And we start with Belladonna by Adeline Grace. And this is, there's a murder and she has to find out more about the murder, and she ends up like working with death. And I believe there's even kind of a romance with death in this. I've heard really good things about the whole trilogy, so we need to finally get on with the whole thing. Then, another one that I've heard wonderful things about, and I have the first 2 books, which is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. Just sounds amazing. Could qualify, though, for my intimidation pile, or rankings, size, tiny font. But I think that's okay because I have heard amazing things about this series as a whole, and I just keep hearing, read it, read it, read it, and I'm like, okay, I will. Oh my gosh, you don't have to convince me anymore because it just sounds amazing. Oh, and her name is Bree. That's a win. Oh, back to, though, that intimidating list. We just need to do it. We just need to get it over with and pull the Band-Aid off. So another one for that is Throne of the Fallen by Carrie Maniscalco. Let's get into it. Let's learn about these sexy sin gods. Sin kings? I'm not sure. There's a lot of series about the sins, and so is it a king? Is it a god? I know, oh, he's a prince. But what are, like, they're the little, like, what would you classify them at? That's just where my brain is going. Let's just leave that there, shall we? Let's not go into that rabbit hole. Then we have another start of a series, but then this leads into a whole bunch of other books, which I have like one book of one of the series on my Kindle, and then I have the first 2 in this one, and that's the Grishaverse and Shadow and Bone. And as I understand it, you're supposed to start with this. So that is what we're going to do. And if I like it, apparently it's on Netflix. The follow-up to a really highly rated read that I let sit on my shelf far too long, and that is Rebel Witch, which is the follow-up to Heartless Hunter. The way that Heartless Hunter left off on that cliffhanger, oh my gosh. And I hear this one picks up right where it left off and just hits the ground running. I need this in my life. With the way that that ended, oh my God. But why have I put it off? I got this like when it came out, and yet here I am like, what is wrong with me? Well, don't answer that. There's a lot. So shh, keep that to yourselves. I don't want to know. Ignorance is bliss. On to another one that would be starting a whole series that I own. Minus the one that hasn't come out yet. The Serpent and the Wings of Night. This is vampires, and that's really all I know about it. Got a competition, Hunger Games style is what I keep hearing, so. Okay. This next one has had a lot of hype recently, either good or bad. I have been dodging people saying things about this left and right because I cannot dodge a spoiler to save my life lately. That is Silver Elite by Danny Francis. So as I understand it, this is an adult dystopian romance. I have heard, from what I have heard, there are mixed opinions on if this is a good book or not. I don't care what other people think for the most part. I want to form my own opinion, but I also don't want it to be like, have everybody's opinion too much. That makes sense at all? But even like I got the sprayed edges from Book of the Month. I didn't know they did sprayed edges. Can we get on that? My Jennifer Weiner book with the sisters who are like, there are editions out there with really pretty sprayed edges, and you didn't sell that to me. Book of the Month. Again, I don't want to know what's wrong with me. Just shush in the comments. But we're gonna read this. I did not realize it was so big. Oh my God, it's over 500 pages. I'm not saying anything about that. Okay, this next one is the last one. But also, this one, I've never heard anybody talk about. It is a newer release. So this came out March 4th. So this is actually very new. And it is the first in the 3 realms. I don't know how many books this is going to be. But that is The Scorpion and the Night Blossom by Amelia Wen Zhao. And, well, for one, what really got me, look at that. And even the spine. There's nothing on the back, but hello. I'm not sure if I'm saying this character's name right, but bear with me. So this is about An Ying, and there was a battle, like a war, between the Kingdom of Night and the Kingdom of Rivers, and it left her mom basically on the verge of death, and then she has to care for her baby sister. But now, 9 years later, she's an adult, and she can enter what is called the immortality trials. And if you are able to survive these trials, you get basically a pill that makes you immortal, and she wants to get it so she can save her mother. And you have to survive your journey to the immortal realm. It sounds freaking cool. This one is definitely higher up on my rankings of one I want to get to pretty quickly this summer. That being said, that is a lot of books that I have on my summer TBR. So 25 books for the summer. Whew, that is averaging 8 books a month. Holy cow. Can I do it? Who the heck knows? Will I try? Yes, indeed. Will I make it and survive? Negligible. We'll see. But if you like this video, hit that like. If you like videos like this, subscribe. Stick around. We're a small crew. I'm having fun doing these videos. It's just fun. And I would love to see you around. Talk to you in the comments. Are any of these books on your summer TBR? Have you read any of these books? Let me know down below what your thoughts are. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.